Hello and welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward, and on this episode, I'll be talking about Godzilla, King of the Monsters. As you can hear, my voice is not the greatest right now. That's why it took a while for me to do this. I couldn't really breathe through my nose, so I didn't want to talk that much. But Godzilla is the sequel King of the Monsters is the sequel to Godzilla that came out in 2014. Damn, that's a long time ago. But this movie follows the company Monarch. You don't have to watch Godzilla to watch this movie. They mention some of the things that happened in that movie, and they also mention Kong a lot because they got a Godzilla versus King Kong movie coming out next year, and they really promoting it hard. Kong is mentioned a few times in this film. Skull Island is mentioned. They show a little glimpse of Kong on one of the monitors or whatever. But the events of 2014's Godzilla affect the people in this movie. So there's this doctor named Emma Russell. She's played by Vera Farmiga, and her husband is Kyle Chandler. His name is Mark Russell, and they have a daughter played by Millie Bobby Brown. I love that name. Her name is Madison Russell. Those are the three, I want to say, main characters in this film. You have Ken Watanabe's character from the previous Godzilla and Sally Hawkins' character from the previous Godzilla in this movie. And the problem with big monster movies is, well, it's not a problem, but it's the human element. How much are the humans involved in the plot? And that was something that I think hindered the Transformers movies for the most part. I think Rampage with The Rock did a good job with the humans connecting with the monsters. And I think the recent Bumblebee movie did a good job with the humans connecting with, the robots. So this movie has a lot of humans, some of them not needed. But those three, the Russells are basically the three main people. So the events of Godzilla affected them. They lost their son and, tore their family apart. So Mark Russell, he did what he did. He left and he focused on taking pictures of wolves and stuff like that, while Emma focused on the monsters and, working with Monarch. And Monarch is mentioned in the Kong movie, is mentioned in the Godzilla movie. And they just find the monsters that's around the world. And I believe they mentioned there's 17 of them that they know about. And, they keep them isolated for the most part. After Godzilla did what he did, he bounced. And, humans being humans, they tried to follow him. But, Godzilla is chill. He brings balance, he leaves, and he goes and rests. So Emma Russell comes up with this device which communicates with monsters. It's basically a frequency device. It finds the right frequency and tries to communicate with the monsters. And as you guessed it, it falls into the wrong hands. So the people want to unleash all the monsters and bring about this big chaos, basically to save the world, have the monsters fight it out. Whoever dies, and then there'll be balance to the world, I guess. And they wake up King Ghidorah. And again, I'm not a big Godzilla fan, so don't mind if I get the names wrong. But King Ghidorah is the three-headed monster that you see in the trailers, and he's like the other alpha. And based on size, you can tell him and Godzilla are the alphas because they seem way bigger than every other monster. The other monsters start waking up and they listening to Ghidorah because Godzilla is not around. And this movie does a better job of showing the connection between Godzilla and the humans. Not like Godzilla's talking to them or anything like that, but they understand that he's on their side and he's trying to, protect what's left of Earth. The biggest gripe with the first movie was when Godzilla was getting ready to fight, it cut to something else. They don't do that in this, but again, they don't let Godzilla fight enough. There's a bunch of monsters that's out and about. It would have been cool if you seen a quick montage of Godzilla just rolling up on one of the little ones and just beating them down real quick, let him know who he is. But they don't really do that. They just mention the big names. Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra. Those are the names that they mention and show the most. The other monsters, you just see them, as they show in different footages around the world. So I would have liked for Godzilla to just go punch one of the other monsters in the face real quick and, do that. But anyway, Ghidorah is challenging Godzilla. They fight it out a few times. Of course, the humans get involved like they always do. And the fight was all right. I think they could have did a better job. It was cool seeing how big and massive each one was. Ghidorah at one time fights Rodan, and Rodan looks like a little bug compared to him. I like the way Ghidorah's, he has three heads, so they all act differently, and they bicker with one another. They don't talk, but you see them like fighting with one another. But they also help each other out. At one point, one of them got stuck, and the other one like helped him out. So it was good seeing that. And he looks evil. He looks really really evil. And the graphics around him was cool. When he moved around, it was like a storm and everything like that. Godzilla, every time he entered the movie, it was fantastic. He's the star of the movie. He's cool. I like whenever Godzilla came or you heard his theme, it was fun. But the movie, it suffers from too many humans. Just a lot of human conversations. Like I would rather they don't cut from the fight, but Godzilla will be fighting, and they may fall under the underwater, and then they'll cut to the humans talking about what they need to do. And then they'll go back to Godzilla. Ghidorah has some fights. Again, the other monsters are not really a big deal, but I wish they, I don't know, I wish they did a better job of just showcasing the monsters, because I know they really want to do King Kong versus Godzilla, and I still don't understand how those two guys are gonna, collide with each other, because Kong is all the way on Skull Island and Godzilla is, whatever. But in terms of a movie, yes, it's probably slightly better. I really like Millie Bobby Brown's performance in this, and Kyle Chandler was really good too. But it's slightly better than Godzilla from 2014, but it still misses a lot of marks. There's some fun to be had, but again, there's so many humans talking all the time that it takes away from the fun that most people want to go see, and that's monsters fighting each other. But that's my review on Godzilla. Have you seen the movie? What did you think of the monsters? What did you think of the designs? Did you like Godzilla 2014? Are you excited about Kong versus Godzilla 2020? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for listening. Deuces.